It's under that Christmas car. It's holiday. All right. Well, everyone, you're in for a treat. Becky's here, and Becky's been here before, and she is our amazing Tim Holtz maker. And she brought lots of her little holiday projects that she made with the Tim Holtz projects, and she's going to show them all to us. And we're going to give Becky a minute to finish getting all her stuff together. And while she's doing that, we have new product to show.
Yes,
and Diane's here.
Good morning, everybody.
So welcome. And I just want to mention about yesterday, you might have noticed that we had a little trouble. And evidently all of Facebook had trouble yesterday. So it wasn't just memory bound, which makes me feel a lot better. So we apologize for yesterday. We had all kinds of really fun kits to show you, and we had them all set up in a beautiful display. So what we're going to do is we'll get that together, and that'll be a video for another time, because we do have lots of nice kits with things that are all designed and ready to make. And you could go online very easily and click on that Christmas little car, and then there's a place for kits.
Yep, we have lots and lots of kits.
Really
fun.
And kits are nice because they're all designed for you, and you can just get out the stuff and make them up.
Yep.
So what we're going to do first, before Becky is showing her things, is show you what we've gotten in that's new or back in stock. And you probably have heard, but I have to show it again because it's just so cool. But our video journals are here. And we have pages where you can keep track of what you see in the journals or on our videos. And so we do have those. So check them out. They're $7.49, and they've got 50 pages. And they're printed on one side. So the back side, Maggie was talking about somebody was going to make their notes and then sketch or put pictures here.
Definitely. That's
pretty cool.
Awesome.
The other thing that's back in stock, we had a lot of requests for this little Christmas ornament. I don't have a hook to hold it with. Oh. But this is one of those old world Christmas collectible ornaments. It's glass, and it's for your scrapbooking friend or for you. There's one on my tree, Diane.
Yep.
There's one on my tree. And then with that, we do have the paintbrush one. If you want to commemorate an activity we had here at Memory Bound where we had Craft Your Life in Color with all the paintbrushes hanging from the ceiling. And then we also have the lemon slice, another special Memory Bound ornament for maybe if you have a friend that follows us. From our lemon days, crafting with zest. So we've got those. And Diane, the really exciting thing is
these are exciting.
The watercolor crayon sets 2 and 3 are back in stock. And set 1 is on its way. So I don't know.
Which one is which?
This is set number 2.
Okay, that's 2.
Here, why don't I flip it over? And there's the colors.
And those are all the colors that are in set 2. They're $24.99.
I have been waiting for these. And here's set 3. And we ordered a lot, so we've got plenty. Get it on your Christmas list or just get one for yourself. I took one of each of these home last night. I haven't unwrapped them yet, but the watercolor pencils are back in stock, and set 1 is coming. The other thing that's back in stock from Tim Holtz is the splat box, and Teresa.
Which everybody needs.
Diane has one of these.
I do.
And when they first came out, a lot of people said, why do I need that? But it's kind of nice for spraying and misting and doing glitter.
It is, and it's the perfect
and
size.
It folds up flat, so it doesn't take up room.
Nope, it's awesome.
It's $8.99, and it's designed by Tim Holtz.
And the front is open. You know, if you use a regular
There's
box.
Not a good picture. Oh, yes.
The front is not open, which is really nice.
And then you're trying to spray down into the box or whatever. But this is
nice.
It's handy. We've got them here at the store. Then we got an order in from Reminisce. So we have some collection packs from Echo Park and Reminisce. This is Forward with Faith, and this is Echo Park. And this is a really nice collection designed by Lori Whitlock. If somebody's doing like a journal, Bible journaling, just want to have some faithful pages, that's $15.99. And then Witches and Wizards is back in stock for our Harry Potter fans. And this has been really a popular collection. There's a lot of Harry Potter lovers out there. And then Winter Magic, which is another nice winter collection. It's got the different colors of blues, and it's got that little wood grain accent in there. And that's called Winter Magic. And then Diane, I don't know if we ever had this collection.
No, I had to put that in, but the papers are awesome. I looked through that.
Well, this is transatlantic.
Yeah, the papers
travel.
in there are really good for background. Or
Very
for
vintagey,
really,
and even the
Yes.
stickers are different because they're
Yes.
more like big things that you could
definitely
journal on. Or
use that for other things other than travel too.
our daughter went to Europe, and she wanted all of her scrapbook to be kind of old looking
Yep.
because that's kind of how it was there. Okay, now we're into Reminisce, brand new collection, hot cocoa kit, and we've got all the individual papers, so I'll show you. This is $12.99 for 8 papers and the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And here are the papers. Somebody organized this really well for
Oh,
us.
good.
But you know, it is hot cocoa season.
Yep, and I just got my hot cocoa bars set up.
Oh, I love that.
Yes,
Hey, I got to get
love
those
it.
cups out you gave me.
Yes.
So here's another one that's got those marshmallows, and then the
Cute.
back is just kind of a geometric design with some chocolate looking things. And then here is the sticker sheet.
I love those big
I don't think we had
marshmallows.
all the papers there, but yeah, isn't that cute? I think this is a wonderful theme. Congratulations, Reminisce. I think you did a
Yeah.
good job. And these are big. Like, is
Yeah.
that why you liked them? Because
Yes,
they're big?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
big
they're
cup.
good.
I like the big stickers, especially for scrapbooking. And then we got in, now this stuff might be random, so apologize for that if it is, but here's a lacrosse paper.
We got a lot of themed stuff.
That's what
Papers
Reminisce
in,
is known
yes.
for, and a lot of you might not realize it, but they are our neighbors. They're only about an hour and a half
Yep.
from Memory Bound.
And they've been around for a long time.
Yes. And then we have the Covered Bridges kit.
Which is awesome for Iowa.
It's perfect. We have a whole city. Okay, what was the movie with Clint Eastwood? Bridges. Thank you. Bridges of Madison County. We have Madison County about, maybe an hour, 45
Yeah.
minutes from here, and they've got all these old covered bridges, and I'm sure maybe other places have them too.
Yes.
And this right here is just what they look like on the inside of the bridges with the spikes.
Okay, Sharon wants to know what a cocoa bar is.
Oh, you better tell her.
A cocoa bar, or just an area in your kitchen, is where I set all my holiday coffee cups, cocoa packs, my marshmallows.
So do your grandkids just come over and make hot chocolate?
And everything is there. A good friend of mine got me started. She got me cups and just a whole
Aw.
bunch cute marshmallows. And it's just in a corner of my kitchen on the cabinets or on the counter, and then my daughter has one set up too that is adorable. So it's just a fun way to display.
A fun thing for winter too,
Yep.
because winter's kind of a drag sometimes.
And I put tea bags and stuff like that there too.
Look at that! Isn't that amazing? And the beautiful fall,
Yes.
beautiful fall.
Yeah, these are gorgeous papers.
And now we have the winter, the bridge in the winter.
Oh.
And then I hope Maggie's watching because there's a nice wood grain paper. If you follow us at all, our Maggie loves wood grain. And then this is kind of out of season, but we got in a Mardi Gras pack, and you might be working on Mardi Gras pictures. It's a really hard collection to find. It's hard to find things for Mardi Gras. So it's $12.99 for the 8 papers and the sticker sheet. And then we showed you that lacrosse paper, and here is the lacrosse collection pack with the sticker and 8 papers. And then we have, this collection is really cool. This is called Garage Grunge.
Oh yeah, I love these for background papers.
And they're
too.
not just grungy brown, they've got colors.
Yes.
This
Love
is the
red.
collection pack, and it does not have stickers. It's all just paper, but let us show you the papers, because speaking of Becky being here and doing things Tim Holtzy,
Yeah.
this is going to go great with your Tim Holtz
Yep,
items.
the red is really good.
That's kind of a cement type of paper. I can't get a hold of them. My hands are too dry. And then there's,
Ooh, that one's good.
yeah. So this is Garage Grunge, and does it have its own category, Diane? Did you have to make up a category?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure, but
And this one, this is maybe my favorite. I like that kind of cement looking, and then there's just an abstract. And here's kind of a rusty look.
Ooh, like that one too. Oh, the back of that is awesome.
Here's a great one for Christmas.
Yep, that's a green. I love the green and the
And look
red.
at the
These
back.
are really good.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, those are.
Look at this.
Great
Perfect for your
papers.
Tim Holtz things. Okay, then the next collection, I happen to love this because I love camera things. This is called Through the Lens.
This is really a cool packet.
I even have a camera necklace on today, so you know that I do like cameras.
Yes.
And then we're going to show you the, I don't know, oh yeah, we do have the stickers. Okay, here's the stickers. They are making their stickers bigger. I kind of like that. So these are $3.99, and I like that they're bigger. They've got the film strips, the camera, and then
Janine saw this.
I think she did. She was in on her day off.
Yeah.
And there's the, what do you call that? The shutter, the aperture, something,
yeah.
the shutter. And then I love this.
Yeah, that's cool.
You could use that for any type of a photo shoot. And then this one says, for photography, capture life one frame at a time. If you're doing family pictures, or
These are
and
great.
then the back is
papers.
nice, and then this one's got little cameras all over it. And then it's black with white, and then it's got white with black.
Awesome.
And then I feel like we showed Winter Magic. We did. So now we have On the Road Again. These are all new collections from Reminisce. So On the Road Again is kind of nice for your traveling. And it does, I think we have the sticker sheet. We'll show you all the pieces to it. There's the pack. Okay, and here's the stickers. It's got lots of those little geo things, those little symbols. And then if you're traveling at sunrise, or if you're on an old road in the evening, or if you're maybe out west in the mountains,
Oh, that's gorgeous paper.
or maybe you're on some blacktop. Oh, here's another mountain one.
Yeah.
Maybe that other one was more like Smoky Mountains. And here's kind of a desert type. And I don't know, Diane, that looks like wine country to me. It says
Yep,
it's
it
called
does.
Road to Nowhere. All right, so
That
if you're
could
on
be
the
in several
road,
places.
if you're on the road and maybe you're stopping at some breweries, we've got the Beer 30 kit, which is all the papers, the 8 papers and the sticker.
Homemade beer is quite popular in Iowa anyway.
It is, and here's the stickers. Our son is making beer
Wow.
again, so I'm happy to hear that. Means he's feeling good.
Yeah.
And here's a nice picture of a brewery. And then this one's got like kegs and little spouts and different things on the back.
Different icons.
And here's a flight. Doesn't this look good?
Yes, it does.
That looks really good. And I love some of these. Some of the sayings on this are really good, like working on my 6-pack.
Oh, those are good. Those would be great for man cards.
They would be. Or if you were giving out, like a lot of
Bureau
times we
clock.
give our son and son-in-law just, you know, like a 6-pack of
Yep.
funny beer or something. This would be really good. It's Don't Worry, Beer Happy, Professional Beer Tester.
Those would make great tags. to
Yeah,
put
that's
on.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then here's a couple of cold ones. And then just kind of a background paper.
Kelly and I like beer.
This is called Potential. That must be
Oh,
like
that's fun.
the barley or the hops or
Yeah.
something. All right, now we're going to jump back to Echo Park. And we've got Home Again is back in stock. And that is just a beautiful family collection.
Great colors.
And if you wanted to make one of those little card files that we were talking about, this would be so pretty in there with your family pictures. And then Cupid and Company is was released last year, and we got collection packs for this year because that was a really popular with that little red truck.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
the bicycle. And then this is sitting in the bottom. If you really like that garage grunge, it does come in a 6x6. I think that's going to sell out really fast.
Yep.
And then should we go? We've got one more thing to show.
Okay, let's answer some questions
Okay.
first. Do you want to talk about the video from yesterday?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, yesterday, evidently Facebook had problems. We gave it 3 tries. And then Maggie and I went ahead and just recorded a video to post it. I don't know where it went. It's gone. So we want to show you all the kits that we have because we have a lot of really good ones. And kits are so fun to make because they're designed. The pieces are there, everything you need, and they're relaxing because you can just kind of sit back, watch a Hallmark movie, and make up what you want. So we will be doing something to show you all of those. And they are online, so you can see them there. We don't know what happened to Facebook. I know that a lot of other places were, I shouldn't say complaining, but talking about the problem. So it wasn't just memory bound, and that makes me feel good that it wasn't just us.
Janie, I'm not sure what individual sheets you want, so just call the store and the ladies will let you know what if we have individual sheets. We didn't get individual sheets for all of those collection packs, but we can let you know.
We did for Reminisce pretty much, but the rest of them are just collection packs. Diane's it's hard to read questions when you're going that direction.
Lots of places have covered bridges, yes.
Oh, good. Yes. So that's going to be a really good one. I think people are going to love that one.
Badminton stuff, again, you might have to call the store and we can check to see
is there
what...
a bell over there, Becky? Okay.
What we have for badminton. And then they were asking about...
I think the covered bridges are good, yeah?
Yeah. Long sleeve t-shirt.
Oh, okay, the long sleeve t-shirt went online yesterday. So if you go to memorybound.com and on our very front page, there's a link to the shirts and they went live yesterday. And I guess since we're talking about shirts, Diane and I have the same shirt on today. We're both wearing red jackets, which is kind of cool. We're twins. So the long sleeve ones, and there's a sweatshirt, crew neck sweatshirt, they are coming with that circle logo. So my question is, should we have some made up with this logo? So give us a comment, and if that's the case, we'll contact our shirt people and we'll have some made up with the Subway logo. They're not there yet, but it's very easy to get it done. And I ordered one yesterday when they went live, so as soon as I get mine, I'll wear it and bring it in and show everybody.
Okay. So. Janet, I told Carolyn to call the store for badminton stuff. Okay. I'm not sure what's out there.
We can have somebody check.
Let's see. What other
questions? Could one of you guys see if we have badminton stuff?
Badminton, yep.
Yeah. Chris is on it.
I think we've got all
the questions?
All the questions answered.
Well, let's go show our one more collection, and then we're going to get over to Becky right away. I guess it won't be right away, but we'll get back over to Becky.
I loved it. I'm not sure what I'm using it for, but it's got some cool,
simple vintage winter woods, and I hope we don't glare too much, but this is a new collection from Simple Stories, designed by Katie Pertite, and Katie is going to be in our store Friday morning on our video, and I'll post something about that because we are very excited. Oh, thank you, Chris.
Very muted colors, but oh my God,
it's beautiful. And our Katie set this all up yesterday with Maggie, and it is kind of hard to. You have to. Oh my gosh, you just have to see it in person. You got to see it in person.
But
look at the stickers.
It's got that light blue and the light pink with all the browns. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So that's one of the stickers.
Love their sticker sheet.
And maybe we should run through the papers real quick. And they might show really good here because we've got pretty good light with the windows there coming in.
The way she put the backgrounds of these papers are just so cool.
This actually has a music behind the snowflakes. I don't know that you can see it.
So I grabbed one of these to use with my Tim Holtz.
Oh yeah.
The back that sheet is so
There's some little birds. Called Snuggle Up, with a really beautiful plaid. So the designer's gonna be here Friday, and she does the designs for 49 and Market. I think this is her last collection for Simple Stories.
Yep.
And there's some wood grain. Let's see.
I was thinking that these would be good for, I used to have, when I was growing up, I had an old teal winter coat.
Oh my gosh.
I think these papers would be awesome for vintage pictures.
Speaking of growing up in vintage pictures, there we are. And those you could even cut out, little pieces if you wanted little elements. And there's that really pretty dusty pink.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I saw this. It was perfect
here's the banner stickers, which are really nice for your scrapbook layouts or your bigger projects.
And remember, you can cut them up.
Yep. Everything's distressed looking.
Yeah.
Ooh, were you surprised? You probably saw that, but I was
did.
surprised at that stripe. And here's some more birds. So I'm going to say we, because I think everybody here is pretty excited that Katie is coming to our store. Yeah, there's
The
applause over
in
there.
the back.
Oh, look at those. Oh my gosh.
Yes. I had a little coat almost just like that,
With
but
a
in
matching
the teal.
hat? Did you
Yep,
have a matching
hat? Yep.
Here's the 3x4s.
Oh, and that green.
The world
it's
changes when
just-
it snows.
The colors are just awesome.
They're very beautiful.
Yep.
All right, we got a couple more papers. Here's the 4x4s.
And then they put that wood paper in there. Yeah.
There's some antlers.
Yes, this would make a great winter box, Nancy. That
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be really
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
And we have pulled out ribbon. Well, no, we haven't pulled out ribbon. We've got twine,
yet.
but there's ribbon that matches this.
we're not quite done with this display.
It's a
yet.
work in process. We want to have it done before
We
Friday.
do have the inks pulled. Those inks looked really good.
We will get those set up in the category. And there's color vibe that matches. The tapes are really cute. The birds were upside down, and Gloria actually opened every one up and made them right side up, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And then here is the journal bits, and I'll flip it. Oh, there's like kind of like bingo looking cards and an ice skate. Is it glaring?
No, I just wanted to see the bingo cards are cool.
They're
That's
cute.
kind of a new element.
And then this is called Winter Woods, the ephemera, and it's got a lot of like deer and birds and
Snowflakes.
outdoorsy things. And then there are the chipboard clusters. And this was the first to sell out, I think, from the last collection. And then we also have the layered stickers. And this is all online, so you can get a good close look at it online if you go to shopping and then go to new and then go to simple stories, and you'll find the Winter Woods. And look at the enamel dots.
Yeah, those colors are
Very
just
pastel.
not normal winter colors. But
Yeah, usually
they
you
are-
see the blues and the browns, and that's I think why it's so beautiful.
It is.
And this says "Love never melts." So much fun. White out,
Yeah,
which does
gorgeous.
happen here in Iowa.
Yep.
And look at this. Grab a sled.
Ugh,
Like, you guys, do you know how hard it is to think of those phrases?
yeah, those are good.
And then we have the collection pack. Well, this is actually the essential kit. It is mismarked.
No, that's the collection pack.
It's mismarked. So we'll have to pull this one. But we do have the collection pack that has the sticker and all the papers, and we have the essentials that have all of that in addition to the chipboard and the page pieces and the ephemera. And I don't know that and the solids.
Yep. And
So
we do have the
even-
solids in individual too.
Yep, even if you just like the solids, we've got them. And then, I don't know if you want to show the stencil. We've got the frames, the sticker book.
Yes, they are beautiful colors. And yes, Katie does design for 49 and Market too, and that's going to be her primary company now that she will design for.
And here is the page pieces. Everybody's loving. There's that bingo card,
Yep,
Diane.
yep, love the page pieces.
And then the stamp set. Several staff members took this home yesterday because it's just got that mussy looking distress piece.
Okay, let's see. The twine is $19.99 for a whole spool, and you get 400.
I'm just going to look it up, but
400
you already
yards.
know.
Yep, and we have it in red and black and green and blue and the natural and the light and all kinds of greens and navy and whatever. So, and those should all be online.
And then I don't know that we have the inks linked. I think
I don't
Penny linked the color vibe, but we'll have to link the inks and stuff
These
so
are
that
the
you can see
three
what
colors that we picked out: the old paper, weathered wood, and milled lavender.
And I think you could do maybe speckled egg. I think you could do
And the
speckled
browns.
egg.
Definitely the. There's some more over here.
Oh, there they are.
Vintage photo pumice stone, and tattered rose are the other three. So there's several colors.
And to have nothing to do with that, but we're back to badminton. We do have a badminton paper, and it's two-sided.
And it's called
Badminton watercolor. And then look at the back.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you could even fussy cut those out. So.
Okay, so Carolyn, that is the
There we
one.
go.
I have no idea if it's online. You might just have to call the store and we can let you know.
And we will.
Okay, that is our new collection from Simple
Chris, can you
Stories.
see if
Again,
it's
it is
online?
called Simple Vintage Winter
put that in the
Woods,
office?
and it is the
Yes.
last collection that Katie will be designing
lost my
for
partner.
Simple Stories. So get it while it's hot.
And remember, she's going to be here on Friday.
Friday.
She's going to be here in our morning video.
Yes.
So,
So stay tuned.
we're going to ask her lots of questions.
We
And
are.
she's so excited to come to Memory Bound. She knows that we carry a lot of her designs. And she's lives in Maryland, but she's going to be in Omaha. And I guess she went to Iowa
went
State.
to Iowa
so
State.
she's very familiar with our area. So we love that.
Yes.
We love it. All right, Diane,
Okay.
thank you so much. We're going to head back to see Becky, our friend Becky, who was
You guys
kind
are in
enough.
for a treat
She
again.
was kind enough to come to Memory Bound today
Got awesome stuff.
and bring her makes. Becky is a very wonderful Tim Holtz maker. And Tim needs to find you, Becky.
Can we have another
Okay.
squirrel moment?
Oh, we have another
It's
scroll.
it is online under other sports.
Okay, so badminton is online under other sports. Okay, and then we have two Katies. We have our own Katie, and then we have Katie Petite. And Katie Petite is the one that's going to be here Friday, but maybe our Katie's going to be here too. I don't know, Becky. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if she is scheduled or not. But anyhow, I want to introduce everybody to Becky. She's a local gal that does a lot of really neat creates. You've been here with your daughter's wedding book and some Halloween stuff and probably Christmas.
Yeah, I did Christmas
last year. And
Easter.
and oh yeah, that's right. So well, thank you for coming in today. We love it, and people watching love it too. And we have a big crowd today, and Facebook is working today too. So
Good.
we have to love that. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, because oh my
Well,
gosh,
I'm behind on Christmas stuff, but I started
behind?
Yeah, I am. I started with these little ephemera, and I put them in some oil cans just to show you can do something super simple and super quick. I just added glitter to the ephemera and used these little pins. Where did I put those?
oh the what are those
These.
called, Becky?
They're called mini pins or memo pins.
Memo pins. So there's
they-
the memo pins.
The only time I've used these is for Halloween to put an eyeball in the circle part.
Oh yeah.
But I thought, well, you can just stick ephemera and stick them in an oil can.
Well,
And
these
it's
little oil
super-
cans are
I mean,
adorable.
like that one I tied bells in a snowflake
This
too.
was- yeah,
and the
bell.
others I didn't. And then I did do one on a salt shaker.
I like your vintage salt shaker.
And then the other one is a bell, and I tried that. So you can just see what works and what doesn't work. I had some of the salt and pepper shakers did not work, but that one did. But you could put it in something with a cork on top or anything that
Yeah,
you have.
definitely.
But it's just a quick little thing that you can do. And like I said, it's just these little memo pins and some ephemera. And you could do, and it's just temporary. So afterwards you don't
Yeah,
ruin
you're not
your-
like, if you have a collectible item, it's not
Yeah.
going to like mess it up or
Yeah.
something.
And you could switch it out and do this for any holiday, or you could just do it for every day too. if
I
you
love
wanted.
it. I love it. So look at your stuff and see what you could do.
Yeah.
Like Becky said, you could add a cork if you need to, and then get some of those memo pens. And those are handy dandy to have.
Yeah. And then this one is just one of those Tim Holtz tins with the snowfall on top.
Oh, his grip paste snowfall?
Yeah. And then I just did some of the bobbles, which was
Those are the bubbles. I know there's bubbles and bobbles. You could use bobbles
You
too,
could
but the
use
bubbles are
either one.
clear and the bobbles are
And I just
More
did
pearl.
collage medium with Diane's mix. The deers, I did gilding foundry wax.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here here are the salvaged deer. And
there's the
Becky put
ones.
foundry wax on them. How'd you do that? Did you have to paint them
paintbrush.
on? Oh, paintbrush. Okay. I know a lot of people use their fingers with this, but with a paintbrush,
But with this, it's too
a little
tiny to
hard.
use your
Yeah. Oh my
fingers.
gosh, those turned out great. And a lot of people ask, "What do you do with these deer?"
Yeah,
And there you go.
I used quite a bit. And then the little mini trees, and I just rubbed my finger over it after. Well, I sprayed with mica spray, and then painted the bottoms with that lumberjack. And then I took my finger and put collage medium on the edges, and then just sprinkled Diane's mix over it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the bubbles, these are the bubbles that she's using from Tim Holtz. And they're clear, but she's got the glitter mix, and I don't know if you put the grip paste snow, or just the glitter mix on them.
The glitter mix on
Glitter mix,
on
okay.
those. And then on the snowman, I just used a Sharpies to color it in.
Oh my gosh,
And then-
Sharpies?
yeah, and then I sprayed it with pixie spray, and then used my duster.
Right. Teresa
Glitter
uses
duster to
that
do
glitter
that.
duster a lot.
And that just give it a little sparkle.
And
all
that's
over.
one of those, I call them the picnic basket tin,
Yeah.
but they're the festive tin, and they are $9.99. And we have a limited supply of those left.
And then
They're gone, they're gone.
yeah, I just used washi tape around the handle.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
And then I don't remember. Oh, I did a wood slice on that one.
So the washi tape is the Tim Holtz, he calls it design tape, but it's basically washi tape, and you get, I think, 7 or 6 rolls in it.
Yeah. And then just a wood
Oh,
slice,
yeah.
and I stamped on the wood slice.
See, that's what I think makes it stand out. You did the stuff not just on top, but you got the wood slice on the front and the stuff on the handle.
And I did do one previously, and I've already given that away for a Christmas present, but I drilled a hole in it and just used 2 trees, and then I used lights on the trees.
Oh my gosh.
And you just hide the lights on top of the lid. And then I filled it with chocolates. But if you do that, to make your hole, you can take a nail or an awl and you can hit a hole through it, or you can use
sure.
a drill. I used a drill. But I want to show you what not to do.
Oh yeah, show us what not to do. We love that.
Well,
Oh my.
I drilled my hole and it was just fine, but I didn't hold onto this as I pulled it out. I let go.
That's from your drill?
I let go, and then this stuck to the drill, and as I was trying to reach to the power to turn my drill off, this started spinning around my drill.
Oh.
And by the time I got my power off, I ended up with this.
Oh my gosh.
So don't do this.
Becky,
Hold on
that
to your
sounds
lid.
like one of those video winners. It's too bad it wasn't on video, and it sounds a little scary.
But I was cracking up laughing because I looked at it and I'm like, oh my gosh. If I just
looks like a
would've
bullet
held it.
hole.
So the next time I did one, I took it, drilled it, pulled it out, and then let go of the lid, and then turned off the power.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
So do that. But I'm still, because I'm going to do one where I use like styrofoam or something in the actual container. And
Okay.
then I'll build a scene of it. So
Without the lid. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're okay
because I'm like,
then.
now what am I going to do? I got this big lid. So that's a
Okay.
hint. Don't do that.
Don't do what Becky did.
Yes.
Okay, so Becky, Bev loves your ideas. Linda said you could use old doorknobs and turn them
Yes.
upside down, which would be adorable.
Yep.
And then
And I've done that with the trees too. I've just put the trees in the doorknob.
in the doorknobs. And then Dorothy wants to know where you got your oil cans.
Antique stores all over, just when I go places.
Just kind of watch for them.
Yeah, because I do punch needle,
Oh, yeah.
and I had some kits where I was going to make a punch needle that stuck on an oil can. That's why I started buying them. Mm-hmm. And the kit's still in my basement to do.
Well, we all have those kits. They love your projects, and Chris wants to know, what did you use to fill inside of your tin?
It's just empty right now. This
But
one
you're going to
is.
put candy or
I'm going to
something.
probably put candy or something in it. That's what I did with the one that's lit up, and I put the battery pack in the lid itself on the bottom, just glued it on, and then I filled it with chocolates and I gave it to her.
And then someone wants to know, oh gosh, what was your question? Oh, the washi tape on the handle.
Yeah.
Did you put a little adhesive
I
under
did
it?
put some glue on it.
So she did put glue under that.
Whenever I use washi tape on a project, I always do glue because if it's on a card,
Yeah.
I don't. But if it's on a project, I always put the glue.
I agree. And then Wendy Jean wants to know, would it drill better if you hammered a dent in it before you drilled?
It drilled just fine. I mean, the hole went just right through.
Oh, so you don't really need to do that. It's just coming
just-
back out.
Coming out, hold on to your lid. Don't let go of your lid, or otherwise it's...
And Julie's watching, and she does punch needle also and has small oil cans. So she's probably going to
Yep.
do the same thing. How simple and easy.
Yeah.
This I don't call simple and easy.
No, but it was really
these are
quick.
so fun and easy.
And this is quick. It's very quick. It's not a hard thing.
Get all your components
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And then Connie wants to know what the snow is on top of it.
It's the Snowfall Grit Paste of Tim Holtz, and I forgot.
Oh, we don't.
I think I forgot that one. I was grabbing everything else.
Well, we'll have somebody get it for us then.
Should I go ding, 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 ding?
Here, I see the bell.
Oh, you
I
found
don't
it?
know what I'm videotaping, but I see the bell.
They have been looking all over this morning for that
For the bell, they've been looking for it. Nobody
There's been
looked.
like 3 of them. Look at.
Nobody-
They found the bell.
We need the Snowfall Grit Paste, please. Diane's going to get it for us.
They were looking in drawers, looking everywhere in the store for that bell today.
Okay, Diana says you could make a mini winter scene out of your lid, covering up the top with snow, and nobody will know it has
Yeah,
a
you
hole.
could.
So that's a good idea. Thank you, Diane.
Yeah.
All right,
it's
so
this-
here is the Snowfall Grit Paste from Tim Holtz.
And it dries kind of. It's not like some of the snow that you see, the fake snow. This dries like a
Kind of
crystally
icy.
icy.
Yeah,
look.
I'll try to get in
It's
close.
Very icy. I did put some glitter on top of it when it was wet.
It
But it's a
it
real
turned out
nice
really
icy.
It turned out nice. I mean, it looks like snow. It's really hard and
Yeah, it's just icy kind of. But it's
So-
very nice stuff, and it works really good. Just remember to put Preston seal in it if you don't.
when you're not using it.
Yeah, because
to
I had
seal it up.
he sold small containers of these last year, and I used one and didn't the other, and it got kind of.
So the
dried
one
up.
you didn't use at all got dried up?
No, I
Oh.
had used one up all the way, and
Okay.
the other one I had got opened,
Okay.
but it was sitting there all year, and it
there-
got kind of hard.
Someone's asking about your deer card. They want to know where you got your deer card.
Oh, on here. It was just
Is
an
there one of
ephemera.
the
And
deer-
Tim
Oh,
Holtz.
there it is. Okay.
It's Tim Holtz ephemera. All this is Tim Holtz's ephemera
Becky's a big Tim
and
Holtz fan.
paper doll.
So that is one of his ephemera pieces.
Yeah.
And his regular ephemera is no longer available. It's sold out. We do have his layers. And
But
I
like
think,
some of these can work.
oh yeah, those would be great.
I mean, because this is one of them that I had used right there. And the little winter scene, all that could work.
Yeah.
So,
Very cute. Everyone is loving it. They're so happy that you're here, Becky.
well, thanks. And then this was just as little, it's a very simple little one. And it's just a little snow globe with a little mini tree, glitter, and then I wrapped a ribbon around it and a little safety pin with a little charm.
Oh my gosh.
And I set it on here for now, but I'm planning on making a house in a box that you open, and the outside is...
Becky's going to be very busy.
Yeah. But then I want to do different rooms. So I think I'm going to do that in one of the rooms. So I just set it on a lid for now.
Very, very cute.
And then this was an insulator that I just put the Gritfall snow paste on top. Then I put a tree. And then I took one of those deers again, but I used brown crayon and then
Oh, okay.
rubbed it in. And then I used a water brush to kind of spread it around a little bit more. And then just
So-
tied some twine and some charms.
So this one's done with the crayon, and these were done with the foundry wax. And their snowman, which started out the same color, was done with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
I love it that you're giving us lots of different options and ideas. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
And that was a very quick and easy thing. You could put it on, if you had a jar, you could do the same thing with a jar. Any type of a box, anything, you could do that same thing, and it's so quick
Yeah.
and easy. Oh, and then there's a little glass star at the top of the
it,
tree.
Oh, you make it sound like it's easy.
It is easy.
And that star is one of the mirrored
yeah,
stars.
They're there somewhere.
And
There.
like we've been talking, Becky is a big Tim Holtz fan, and these mirrored stars, we still have these available, and you can use alcohol ink on them to
Yes.
color them, or you could rub paint on them a little bit and
Yeah.
rub it off.
And you can use the alcohol ink that's like, what are they, alloys?
There's the,
metal.
mixatives and
Because
the
I've done that
alloys.
too, where I've done like a gold star.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
You can send one to your brother or one to your sister.
And let's see, the next one is just a vignette box. And then
It's just a vignette box. Oh.
And I did backdrops for the paper for the box, and then took brown crayon and kind of rubbed in to kind of age it a little
Oh,
bit.
sure.
And then I took those match boxes and took the inside out and then did every other.
Oh my gosh, Becky.
And I gilded the Santa with the foundry wax again and took a metal wreath and then did the alcohol ink in green and red and then
Looks amazing.
the little tree, and then I don't remember what I did
The
on
flare. It looks like
Oh, a
the
little
flare.
flare,
You
yeah.
put
some glitter on it.
glitter on it. That really changed up the flare.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
So it just is kind
So
of a little.
Becky, the other silver and gold in there, is that
Oh,
foundry
that's
wax?
foundry wax as well.
So you can use foundry wax on paper or
Yeah.
cardstock or on plastics. I think about anything.
Yeah, I think so too. So that was kind of a easy.
We have a question that's non-related about the new collection from Simple Stories, and Janet can probably link that for us. So we had a question about the bingo card ephemera, and I'm pretty sure we don't have bingo cards here. Although Tim has done
Tim
bingo
has
cards.
bingo cards.
He does.
And some of
So,
his ephemera has that still.
and Becky Leanne says you are so inspiring, and Sharon says your makes are amazing.
Thank you.
So, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
cool.
This little book
Oh,
is made with 3 things, and it's the. yeah,
so
these
she's going to
two.
show us this little book.
It's made with these
Okay.
die cuts.
So
It
we,
is.
so this is collector. Is this specimen maybe?
I don't remember. I can
Specimen. So we have specimen and collector.
Yeah. So I cut out a file folder. You cut out the
It's kind of a slide
slide thing,
thing.
and then the coin purse. Coin purse.
Coin envelope.
yeah, yeah. It's not a purse. Is it?
It could be. Could make it a purse.
Oh lordy. Anyway, you cut these 3 things out, but do not put adhesive on it. Just
Okay.
leave it out. But you kind of want to use something that's non-directional, because when you fold it, you're going
Right.
to see both sides. you know.
Okay.
So it's one side's going to be up and the other one's
So
down.
we've got 3 pieces we're
Yeah.
starting with. The file folder, the coin envelope, and the slide holder.
And then you just fold them all in half, and then figure out what order you want it in. So you can take these, and
This
then
is how you made the book?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So then you put these, you get them all lined up like you want. So then, see, that's your book. And then you'll take your little pick
Okay.
and poke a hole, 2 holes, and then take your wax thread.
Okay.
And if you want to have tails out like this, you start on the outside and go in, and then bring it down, and then,
And then you
tie a
just
knot.
tie it?
Tie a knot on the outside.
Okay, so let's see if we can show, where's the middle here, Becky? Where you,
Well, you can't see the middle
we
because
can't
I
see
glued,
the middle 'cause
I
you glued
glued the,
stuff.
the
Okay.
slide shut
but you can see it here
on the
edge,
outside. Yeah.
where the string comes out. She poked a couple holes and the string comes out, and then she tied it
Yeah.
and has those fun little, oops, did that
just
fall
came
out of it?
That's fine. But it's just a simple little book, and it has all kinds of text because you didn't
didn't glue
down. There's
anything.
one there. Here you've got one on this side, one here. You don't have to tuck that, glue it. You could have that be a tuck. You have another tuck here and here. And then you've got one up here.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that was with 3 die cuts. And
die
I know a lot of you watching have
This-
collector and specimen already. I know that for a fact.
And it's a very quick book to make because, like I said, it's 3 pieces. Hook it together, and then
Yeah.
you just decorate it.
And it's so cute. Will you kind of flip
Yeah.
through it for us, Becky? I don't think I can do it.
Because on the tails, I just added charms.
That's cute. I want this for, I don't know what those little gems are called, but I want those
They're
in a
up
pair
here.
of earrings. Let's see.
I put them there somewhere. They're on the other side over there. Look down.
Oh, here. Okay, this is called Antiqued Gems, and I want some jewelry made out of that. I think that would be really neat, and it looks good on your book, too.
And then I just did a sticker from the sticker book, a glass star again, I stamped on a wood slice. And then I just took one of the pocket cards and kind of aged it up and put a clip on the top. So
We
you can
love
grab
the
it.
pocket cards.
Yeah, it makes a real quick ephemera. And then on here, I just took a paper doll, some washi tape, a little clip from the sticker book, a glass star, another sticker over here, some wallpaper bits, and the tape that he had.
Yeah, it looks like that
a
Dymo
sheet.
labeler
Yeah.
tape. Like I always wanted one of those when I
Yeah.
was young.
And then in that pocket, I just did another pocket card, put a little washi tape on it, and then put a piece of ephemera on the back. So that was that one.
Super cute, Becky. Oh my gosh.
And then in here, I just put a sticker, a little clip, and then did a piece of ephemera and just stapled some of that thin ribbon that you
Yeah,
guys
that
have.
velvet ribbon is really beautiful.
And then I did glue this together, the slide, and put some stickers on it and a little paper doll in the window of the slide. And then here it's just a couple pieces of ephemera, another piece here, and I probably lost that when I was bringing it today, but there was a piece of ephemera in there, and then one just here.
It's funny how you start with those 3 pieces
I know.
and how it's all this stuff now. Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. And then again, that tape with some ephemera, some paper dolls, some stickers. And then here, this was in there, but just a piece of
Is that
ephemera again that I punched a hole in, put some
Oh.
thread, and then took another, wrapped it around, and then put the thread inside of this. And I just did 2
Put 2 together.
and glued them together so that it made a
Oh.
little thing so that you can stick it in here and then have a piece sticking out with
Hanging
another
out.
little
Oh my
string.
gosh.
And
Becky, the
again-
hearts aren't stopping. They just keep going.
But again, it's just a little simple
And
three
and they're
things.
fun to make.
Yeah.
It's like they're fun to give, they're fun to make. It'd be so
It's
cute to
super cute.
display.
It's quick because it's just these 3 sheets.
Yeah,
and you,
not a lot of product really.
Yes, it's just ephemera and stickers. And I used the little sticker book, which is this thing that has...
Yeah, the sticker book is really good. All of his release is really good this
Because
year.
it's got all of these...
It's got a bunch of little phrases.
It's got
there
all
you
these
go.
phrases. It's got...
Those are great for little things.
Yeah, and it's got your stickers. Every year's a little different. So you can stick any of those on there.
I love
Any
it.
of those. Just
I'm
real
going to
quick
have to
and
see
easy.
what I do and don't have from the Tim Holtz Christmas before it's all gone.
And then I wanted to show you just some real quick tags. And these aren't real fancy because I don't want to make real fancy tags and throw them away on presents because
Oh,
if
sure.
I'm going to use them in something, I spend a lot more time on my tags.
Well,
but-
they might not be fancy, but I think they're beautiful.
So I just stamped on the tags. These were already Tim Holtz. I had some of these in my stash, so I just used Tim's tags so I didn't have to cut them out.
And we have a whole section of tags. So you can go online and go to memorybound.com and go to shopping and go to tags, and all of them will be there.
And there's plenty of die cuts to cut your own tags,
Sure,
different
yeah.
sizes. But I just took, these are newer stamps. These were last year's stamps. And just put a little sentiment on them and then used the watercolor pencils. Colored them in, took my water brush and
So you
that
and
afterwards.
everyone, we mentioned earlier in our video, if you missed it, sets 2 and 3 are back in stock, and set number 1 will probably be here tomorrow. So if you were missed out on the watercolor pencils, you're going to want to be sure and get a set, at least one set.
and they're very nice watercolor pencils. I mean, it's super quick.
Well,
but-
and it looks amazing.
And you don't
really
have to do
does.
the whole card. Like here, I just watercolored the bottom, or put some ink
Yeah,
on the
I
bottom.
like
These I
it.
inked over the whole thing because I wanted, but I kind of wanted it to ground it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But they're
it
just
does.
quick and easy, and it goes super quick with those pencils.
So did you stamp it with archival ink and then did your
Yes.
watercoloring?
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to do distress ink when you do this.
Val says she wants those tags for her Christmas presents. And Diana says she's obsessed with tags, but she makes her cards out of them, and they're perfect to put
Yeah,
on the
if
front
I
of
was
a
going to
card.
put it on a card, I would spend more time, which is silly.
I think
because-
they look good just the way they are.
But most people throw their cards away too, which I don't know why, but I spend more time on my cards than I do my.
I save everything. I'm one of those people, but I
My
know
mom
I know a
does,
lot
too.
of people don't. But your mom probably does because you made them.
Yeah, I think she's got every card I've made.
People think they're beautiful and they want another demo on watercolor, so we will
Yeah,
probably
that's-
do that. I
it's
mean, we
just-
will do that.
It's just easy, and with that water, I use a water brush, and I know they say you can scribble and mark it, but I don't get a good enough coverage, so I usually color whatever I'm doing with the pencil itself, and then I go
And then you
use
go
my
over it with a
brush.
water brush.
Because it just seems more vibrant than if I scribble it on and then use the water brush and brush it on. So that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Well, yours are very vibrant and they're beautiful.
So-
I love them, and it's hard to believe that you colored them yourself. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
look printed.
So
They're really neat.
easy to use. So we'll move on. Let's come back to these because I'm going to give a demo on how to do this.
Okay, awesome.
process.
We would love to see that.
And then these,
Oh wow!
I did a book I brought in at Halloween time, I think.
Yes, you did. It was great.
And so I used that same format because I used actually the my oops that I used that I showed.
okay.
That I thought was bad. I told you don't do this.
Yeah.
And you said, oh, use them. I kept them, and I used them for this because I didn't want to use it on a card. But I'm like, this is mainly covered up,
Right.
so I used them.
Well, good.
But I followed the same format. I did a embossing folder at the top, a piece of ephemera at the bottom, and then the ribbon and the bow. And then I used other things. I used ephemeras,
You got charms,
metal
and
stars,
stickers, and
glass stars, candies,
Yes,
wood
okay,
slices,
so this
flares.
piece is embossed because that's that corner
That's
embossing folder. I don't know the name
I've
of it,
got
Becky.
I
Do you
think
have one?
Yep.
Because I really love
them
that
both.
one, and I don't own it yet, but it's coming.
It is pine
And it-
branches, and then the other one's tree rings.
Okay, so the pine branches has just your pine, kind of a border in the corner.
Yeah, so I did a card and I just put, on one of them I just glittered the branches and then I inked over and put a sentiment over here.
Yeah, that's really neat. And then this one has, what's the wood one called?
Tree rings.
Tree rings, and that's another 3D
Yeah.
texture fade from
And they're
Tim
both
Holtz.
really pretty. And both of these you can ink the dark side of the embossing folder
Oh,
to get the background color and then go from
That's,
there.
I think you showed us this
Yeah.
before, and I think that's what I loved was the colors that you made it.
So, and it's just playing with what you have. And the bows, the ribbons I use just seam binding and mica sprays.
We got the little confection on there. Here's some candy canes.
Yeah. So just take what you've got in your stash and just play.
And how fun to set those up in like a little grouping.
And they're
And-
quick and easy things to give to
And
somebody.
it's nice that you have red books, but you don't. If you don't have a red
Yeah,
book,
you
it's
don't
okay.
have to. You can cover
like
it
that
up
you did
all
the
the way.
spine.
Because on these I left some of the color to show because I searched for red and green books.
Mm-hmm.
But if the book is not really appropriate, you can glue it. Like I took the ribbon on that one and put the ribbon around and tied it on the, or glued it so that it's
Oh,
shut.
okay. Let me see. Let me show you what Becky's talking about on this one. Oh, and she covered the back. So on
always have
this
to cover
one,
the
she
back.
wrapped ribbon all the way around her bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so they're all glued. They're all.
these
Oh, they're all
aren't.
on the back.
Whoops.
Okay. Whoops. Oh, sorry about that.
I decorate
So
the
here
back,
she's
but
got
I
paper
don't.
on the back.
Yeah. And like these, I put a sticker, his stickers in the front, and then I'll write something in the front when I give it to
Oh,
somebody.
yes.
I'll write something in there. But the other one, I didn't want to do that too because it was.
There's a question about how you color your paper dolls.
Oh, I did again. These color pencils are wonderful.
Is that what you used it for?
Yes.
She used the watercolor pencils.
Yeah.
And I like how you got glitter in one of their hats and.
And you just play and play and play.
Sue, I'm glad you asked that question because I wasn't sure either. A lot of people use crayons.
I've used crayons before, but the water
another one.
pencils are so much easier because the crayons, you have to either you can use your water brush, but I have a lot better luck with using the watercolor pencils. I did use frosted crystal before on my paper dolls to kind of tone them down, and then use markers and stuff, but I like the watercolor pencils.
Well, they look good. I mean, gosh, you know how you can take old photos and get them
Yeah.
colorized? That's exactly what they look like.
So
Good question.
and then this one, I loved
Oh
that
my
little
gosh.
girl.
Yeah.
Paula made something 2 years ago, I think, or maybe it was last year, I don't remember. But she used that little girl, and I love this holly frame. And I'm like, I got to do that, because that little girl is just like pure Christmas joy, you know?
Yeah, she looks really happy.
So I used the collage tiles on the, what's this thing called?
That's a vignette tray, and it's approximately 9 by 9.
Yeah.
Let me see if it says. I think just display panel, vignette display
Yeah.
panel. And you can use either side. Becky used the bottom on her project, and we've done
Yeah.
projects where
Yep.
you use the inside. And
Either
it's
one
$12.99 for the vignette display panel. That's probably the biggest one, isn't it, Becky?
Probably.
I think that might be the biggest one.
And then I just took, like I said, took the collage tiles and put them all over, and then I used a solid piece in the center where I knew the frame was going to be, because I didn't want to distract from the photo.
Right.
So I used one piece of paper for that. And then I did the mica spray. I did green first. And then I thought, well, let's add some red. Well, that was a bad mistake, because when you spray mica spray red, it looked like blood splatter on some of my pictures. So then I decided, well, I think I'm going to raise some of these.
Over the blood splatters?
Yeah, and so I kind of, especially on the people, it just looked like they were in a murder scene or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I would not splatter red if you got faces.
Yeah. Mask the faces.
Yeah,
or
you could
something.
have done that. So I just took the ones that were really bad and put another one over it and just put foam tape behind. So
And
that
it actually makes your I like it though. It makes your design
it gives
more
it a
dimensional.
little bit more, yeah. And then I took and I don't remember what these are called, but you stack them. They're
The little shelf,
chipboard pieces.
the et ceteras.
Yeah. And then just did the wallpaper, or no, it was the baseboards paper over it. Took a tree, stained it with mica spray, then took the silver tinsel, stained it with alcohol ink mushroom, wrapped it in lights, used the snowfall grit paste again for the snow, and did the bubbles the same way as I did the other. And then I took one of the lanterns and painted it with the lumberjack red, added some snowfall grit paste, put the light up in it, put the charms on the
Oh my
side.
gosh, Becky, amazing, amazing.
And then the chipboard frame, I took, which you could put foam squares under it, a couple of them, but I used bingo chips behind it. And then
Oh, yeah.
I added
Gives it
snowfall.
more height.
Yeah, I added the snowfall grit paste, and then I did Nuvo drops on the berries, the clear honey, what is it, morning dew?
Morning dew, yep.
Did a quote chip on top with a couple clips, but I painted the clips first in the lumberjack paint, just like I did the lantern, and added a little glitter to it. Did some of the baseboards with stars with glitter, the
So here's
slide.
the little stars. That comes with the slide and the frame that she used with the holly.
Yeah,
and
it all comes in the baseboards, which I think I
do we still have baseboards?
did I keep baseboards? No, maybe we don't have baseboards.
Oh, that's
No,
oh.
don't have the baseboards.
Well, we don't have. We might have them, but we don't have them back here.
But it's just, and then I added a piece of ephemera behind the slide. And then I added grit paste to the sides, the top and the sides, and then just used a brown cream. Did I use? No, I added brown ink
I
To the-
didn't even notice
to that.
Oh my gosh, everybody loves it. Becky, how do you stop? I mean, don't you just? It sounds like you just keep adding
Well,
and
I keep
adding.
that. I know. You add.
And-
I usually add stuff, and then I set it there for a little bit, and then I'll come back, and
Come
I'm
back.
like, I think I can do this, or I think
Because
I
you
can do
even
that.
have mirrored stars right here for buttons on her coat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I colored her in with colored pencils as well.
Okay, was that black and white?
Yeah,
then,
it was a
like-
black and white
So
picture.
it'd be like these other photos that are black and white, and Becky turned
Except
her.
it was one that came with paper dolls, so it's that kind of slicker.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh sure, it wasn't a collage tile. It was.
No, it was one of the. It came with paper dolls.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. I'm serious when I say the hearts didn't stop. And then let's see. Someone wants to know how long it takes you to make one of these projects.
Well, it depends. That one, I finished like half a day. So
Which
it just
when you're-
depends. And
when
these
you're
books, I kind of did all three at the same time because I did all the paper and sanded and inked
Okay, and then
and
went and
figured out
decorated.
kind of what I wanted to put on them, and then I just went to town.
And what adhesive do you use to put all these pieces on the books?
Collage medium usually. Sometimes
Okay.
I'll use art glitter glue.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Laura says, beautiful job. And that is so true.
Well, thanks.
So very true.
Okay, so now it's demo time.
All right.
So now I
Becky's
gotta
going to
clean
show
up-
us how to make something.
Yeah, I got to get some room here.
Let's get her some room. And I had a little piece came off of this. I'm going to set it right there. Becky.
Uh-oh.
Kathy says, amazing as always.
Okay, we're going to show how to do, and you don't have to use these trees. You can do this process with any stamp. It doesn't matter. But Tim showed this the other day, and I tried it, and I fell in love. So I thought, if you
Good,
didn't
because
see
I
the
saw
vid-
I saw it, but I didn't follow the whole thing.
Yeah,
So I'm really
'cause it's a
happy you're
long
doing
video.
it. Yes, it is.
So what he does is you take a stamp, you ink it, spray it with water to give it the watercolor look. And these trees both have two colors on it. You don't have to. You can do one color all the way through. But you figure out then what you want to be glittered. You use the embossing, what do you call this?
Embossing ink.
dabber ink. And then you use
So you're
sticky
going to use an
embossing
embossing
powder.
dabber, and this is the Tim Holtz Distress one. We
And
also
you can
have
use
it.
whatever.
Ranger has one that's not distress. I don't really know the difference. And then
And this is the embossing or sticky embossing powder. You have to have this to do this process.
so sticky embossing powder, when you heat it, it stays sticky. It's not like it doesn't get kind of clear and glossy like most embossing powders.
And then when you heat it up, it's sticky. So then you got to do this quick. So you got to have it all set up. And then you'll sprinkle on your glitter and the hard rock candy. And then heat it up just a tad more, and then you can use your brush, and we're going to brush all the extra off,
Oh, okay.
and you're left with that.
I didn't know you had to heat it the second time.
Well, it just sets it a little bit.
Sets it better?
Yeah, you don't have to do it for very long, just a few minutes. But, again, I have to show you my oops.
Okay, let's see. We'd love to see it.
And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but I didn't make sure your embossing ink is all over your stamp.
I think we can see a little spot up there at the top.
Because there's a hole.
a little bald head,
Yeah.
bald spot.
Yeah. And when I was doing these, I did several of them, and then I went to do another one, and I'm like, why isn't this working? Why isn't it working? Well, I went and I used my dabber, and I took my card out, and instead of adding the sticky powder, I went straight to heating it. And I'm like, why isn't this getting sticky?
Okay.
And I did it several times, and then finally I'm like, you idiot. This is
forgot-
the
you
powder
forgot
you're
the powder?
supposed to use." Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you're always so good about giving us tips on what
Well,
not to do, because
I make mistakes.
You
so
save
I
us.
Save everybody some time. So, like I said, make sure you get it all over. So, I stamped my sediment first
okay.
with archival ink. And then we're going to use ink. And these mini pads work much better than a full size, because
For
otherwise,
little things.
Yeah. So, since Lumberjack's not in a mini, we're going
Not
to take the
yet.
base, and you can make these any color you want. We're going to stamp the bottom, and if you get something on something you don't, just take your finger and wipe it off.
I see what you mean by smaller ones is
Yeah.
nice, because you're doing these small
Yeah.
spaces.
So I'm going to combine.
She's making it different colors like this.
Yeah.
One stamp, but she's making it different colors.
So since I don't have Lumberjack, I'm using candied
apple?
apple and aged mahogany. to kind of give
so
it
aged mahogany you did on the stem, on the
on
trunk?
the base.
Okay.
And then on the trunk itself, I'm going to use ground espresso. And
Oh, I
just kind of
see. So she
put
used
that on
these two
there.
colors on the base, and there's the trunk.
And then I'm going to try ice spruce.
Oh, I think this is going to be pretty.
And on these, I think I did seedless preserves and Concord grape, or Concord, dusty Concord.
Okay.
And this was peeled paint and rustic wilderness on those. So just to,
Are you going everywhere or just the top?
just the top
Just
part.
the top.
And then I'm going to use,
Is that
Bundled
shabby?
shade.
Bundled sage. So the top has got ice spruce,
Ice
and the
spruce.
bottom is bundled sage.
yeah. And if you say, you know what, that's too much of that color. I want more of this.
You just
You
put
could just
more
go
on?
back over. Doesn't matter.
I can't wait to see this.
So then you want to take your water, and you don't want to spray it on here because you're going to get your paper
Yes.
wet. So go, and if you have a misty, just flip it open and do it away from
Okay.
the paper. But this you can take off, and you're just going to, well, I got it locked
Gotta
because
unlock
I was,
it because she's traveling.
so you just spray it a couple times, put it back in, and I forgot my thing, but we're just going to rub here. Okay, so you get that.
Oh, that looks good.
So then you want to dry this to make sure that it's the water's,
So get it a little dry.
yeah, make sure that it's dry.
So if you're just joining us, Becky's showing us this technique that Tim Holtz had done on his video with the glitter, the sticky embossing powder, and the glitter clear rock candy, and the embossing dauber.
Okay, so now, hold on.
It's kind of nice that with that you can just take it off. And
Yeah.
here's the colors that we're using right here.
Put my stuff to place.
So the greens are on the tree, and then you got the brown trunk, and then you've got the reds on the base.
Dry off all the water here. And he said you can do this, like if you're going to do the same card, you can do it in an assembly line, like do all,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, and
do
you're
all
gonna
your
have
inking
thing.
and then
Yeah.
all your.
And then you just take your dauber, and oops, I didn't want that on there. I'm not going to glitter all, I'm just going to glitter the tree.
The tree, okay.
So you kind of just get your dauber on there.
And Becky was saying how you could do this with any stamps. It doesn't have
No,
to
it
be the
doesn't have
bottle
to be a
brushes
tree.
necessarily, or a
Anything
tree.
you want to
a
glitter.
star,
I'm
I
just gonna
think,
make
would
sure
be
I got
neat.
it. I'm going to check because I don't want to get a hole again.
I think a star or an ornament. If you're thinking holidays.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stamps.
There's
that
a
you
lot
can do
of
this too. So you've got your embossing ink on there. So we're just going to push that down. You know, you get used to that tool after
I
a
know.
little bit, and now it's like, how do I do this without
I
my
use
tool?
my Stampendable all the time. I love it.
So we've got that on there. So
So
now,
we got ink on there.
and I wasn't thinking ahead, but
Do you need a piece of paper?
no, I got my
Oh, you got your filter.
coffee filter.
Coffee filters are very handy for this kind of
Well,
thing.
it's good because for the you don't want the static. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got our sticky powder. So we're just gonna.
So this is the Ranger Sticky Embossing Powder, and we have another brand also. I think it's Judd. Is it Judkins or Juddykins? So we have the Ranger, and we have another one.
And all you do is kind of flick it off a little bit. And then use your heat tool. Turn it around. And you'll see it start to get shiny. And it's probably going to take a minute. There, see how you start to see the color more? Mm-hmm. We'll just get the rest of it. And then you come over to here.
Now we're going to step 3 maybe. Put on your glitter.
And then you'll have a little extra on there, but, oh here, we're gonna heat set it just for a minute. I mean, it doesn't take long, just shh, and then quit.
Okay, that's the part I didn't know about, Becky. So
He said it just kind
kinda
of
gets
sets
it.
it a little bit. And then you just take a brush and and he says, don't think you gotta be careful because this is stuck.
Right.
It's been heated on and stuck. So all you're doing is trying to get all this other glitter off. And he says, just go all over it, get right in there. And he says,
Oh my
you can use
gosh,
your hand.
that is beautiful.
And then you've got glitter just in that area.
Let me get up close so everybody can see our sparkles.
And
That
it's
is
simple
great.
to do. And like,
it makes sense to do it, heat it one more time because it probably just melts
just
the
sets it,
stuff
yeah.
a little more and gets the glitter
and if
in.
later you see, that like here, there's a couple pieces that I didn't see, I just brush them off. Now I'm going to be glittery all day. But it's, instead of taking glue and trying to get just in that area.
It's perfect. And look at this one that Becky did, and she put it on a card, and she's got some gold glitter paper and then a black around the edge.
And the glitter paper just kind of sets off the glitter of the tree. And you can do it any
very
colors
sparkly.
you want. Like he did a purple one, so I thought, well, I'll do a purple to show you can use.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be green.
It gives it a total other look. Like from there's greens, but yet they're totally different.
Right, so this was your peeled paint and rustic wilderness, and this is
Bundled
ice spruce.
staged and ice spruce.
Yeah,
So play with your
very
stems.
gorgeous. There's a
Try it on
question
different
about, do you think Diane's glitter mix would work?
I think that'd be a little chunky for this.
This is more glistening, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you could try
Give it a try, yeah.
but I think you're not going to see as much detail. It probably depends on the stamp.
Right.
Because I would think the technique would work. It's just whether you're going to see the detail, because that glitter is so much chunkier.
Yeah, this is pretty, this design has got some pretty small spaces on it.
Yeah.
So it might depend on your image. So try it and let
Right.
us know how it works. We'd love to know.
And when I saw this stamp, Kelly showed it to me, and I'm like, I don't need that stamp.
I know.
And then
Most of our employees said that too, and now they all have them,
Yeah.
and we're sold out.
I
So-
like that stamp.
Oh, and Jan said beautiful Valentines with the technique.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for mentioning
Yeah,
that.
I mean, this technique can be
I
used
totally
a
agree
lot.
with that. Or if you're doing like those sugar cookies, like decorated
Yep.
cookies or little cookies, there's
There's all kinds of
There's a
uses for
lot.
this. That's why I thought I'd show it in case people didn't see the video. Or
okay. I think we need to go over all of. I'm just going to show you Becky's projects again. And Becky, we really appreciate you so much coming in and sharing your creative geniuses or creative genius and all your makes. And people have been inspired. I think a lot of
Good.
people are taking a lot of ideas from this today. And these little simple pieces that you just stuck in a piece of ephemera or added
they-
some glitter, they're just super cute.
just, you can do simple, quick, or like the one I'm doing next is that house. And that one will take me a while.
Becky's got one she's working on. So
It's
maybe
gonna
you'll
take
have
a
to send
while.
us a picture of it when you get it done.
I'll send you a picture. It's going to take me, that one's going to take a while. But I like it because it's in a box. You open, the outside is the outside of the house, and then you open the box, and then there's going to be different rooms in there.
Oh my gosh.
But you can close it up and not have to wonder, how am I going to keep this to look nice?
Yeah, how are you going to store it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Becky, thank you so much. Jan threw out another idea. She said Easter eggs.
Yep.
She said, and Easter eggs, oh my.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Becky, and thank you everyone for joining us. Today, we didn't mention it, but our special today is cardstock. So all of our individual sheets of cardstock are 25% off. So if you are wanting to load up or you need some cardstock for your projects, it's the perfect day to get that. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll see you then. So have a crafty day.